Alright guys, welcome back to the farm. So today is Tuesday the 12th of May. 31 years ago to the day I was born. It's my birthday today. And as you can see, the world has been a brighter place ever since. Or at least it was until coronavirus came along anyway. There's something I really like about this joystick. You just click it forward like that and she'll shoot straight up to 50k out of the junction. So I started off work yesterday morning, Monday morning. I went up to farm 2 to help my dad. We changed the wheels on the Bateman. We put the narrow wheels on. So basically the reason why we do that, if you don't know, is because obviously the wide tyres are too wide to fit up the tram lines when the crops get tall. So we put the skinny wheels on just so that we don't damage the crop basically. We try and leave it as late as possible because we're never really that keen to put them on, to be honest. They're smaller in diameter, so it makes the machine go slower on the road. It makes it a slightly rougher ride, and also it makes the machine look a bit silly with the skinny little pram wheels on. So we're always happy to put the wide ones back on. So yeah, we started off Monday by changing the wheels on the sprayer, and then I hooked on this Richard Weston 14-ton trailer, and yesterday afternoon me and Simon have been carting muck from farm 1 actually, out of the couple of cow sheds at farm 1 up to farm 2 to add to the pile what we started in what we were carting to in February. So that pile is going to be pretty big by the end of this week. So yeah, Simon's in the 8370R, where he's got an 18-ton Richard Weston on. So that's what we've been doing today as well. It is still only Tuesday morning. I've just tipped my second load, and I'm going back for another one. And then we're going to move up to farm 3 to start mucking out the main cow sheds up there. And we'll be taking that up to farm 2 as well. So in the next couple of days there's going to be a massive heap of muck up there. So I actually went and done a bit of pigeon shooting at the weekend up at farm 2. Somebody's overtaken. The pigeons have been hitting the spring beans, so they've been eating them, nibbling on the leaves. So I went up there and shot a few, sort of like 60 odd over the weekend. So the funny thing is though, is that a lot of them are feral pigeons, like town pigeons that have come out of town, because I'm guessing that there's no food for them in like town, so they've come out to the fields to find some food. Okay, so looking in the comment section, I've had a couple of requests for a bit of an overview of what we do and about the farm and stuff. So basically I've been back on the farm full time now for 6 years. Obviously when I was growing up I lived up at farm 2, so I was always helping out when things were busy and that, when I was at school and college. And then when I finished at college, I went off and done other things for a few years, and then came back to the farm when a full-time job come up, basically. So yeah, I've been living at Farm 1 for the last 6 years. So the 3 farms together they total about between 17 and 1800 acres. I think it's about 700 hectares. So yeah, we've got about 500 hectares, which is 1250 acres of arable fields and crops, and then the rest is and then it's like 200 hectares of grassland and woodland. So yeah, quite a lot of grass actually we've got. So yeah, we've got a pedigree herd of limousins with their own working bulls on site as well. There must be 4 or 5 working bulls on site, but and then there's a flock of I think about 80 ewes, Suffolk crosses. But I think there's only been sheep on the farm for the last couple of years, and I think the flock probably will grow a little bit more. I think they want to get a few more, so maybe up to like 200, something like that. So working on the farm, there's obviously me, there's my dad, who is otherwise known as Nick, there's Simon, he's the farm manager, and then we've also got 2 stockmen as well. One of the stockmen, Bill, he's been here for like 20 plus years. He just works with the cattle, and then there's the other stockman, Nick. So we've got 2 Nicks, my dad Nick and stockman Nick. Yeah, so stockman Nick, he looks after the sheep and helps out with the cattle as well. He actually drives the 320s, the TM320s. He's loading up me and Simon today, or this week. So I think there's about, Bill said about 190 Limousin cows, plus obviously all the calves and bulls. There's a lot of, there's quite a large number of animals to feed. You know, you're sort of talking like, sometimes like 400 head of animals to feed, of Limousins. So on a normal year on the arable, we would grow winter wheat, winter barley, some winter oats, and then spring barley, spring oats. We've just started growing spring beans. This is the first time I've ever planted spring beans. So yeah, we used to grow a lot of oilseed rape, but obviously, as most of you will know, with when the neonicotinoid insecticide got banned, that they used to put on the seed, which used to kill the cabbage patch flea beetle. When they banned that neonicotinoids, the flea beetle became such a problem, and we ended up with the whole crop failing, and we haven't grown it since. So I don't think we will be growing it in the short future either, unless something changes. I just thought I'd quickly add that if you're wondering about grain store situation, we've got grain stores at Farm 1 and 2, not at Farm 3. Although we've got arable fields at Farm 3, we've got no grain storage there, so that grain goes to Farm 1. Amazing view from up here, up on the downs. Amazing. Just have to use the brakes quite a bit going down this hill though, otherwise she starts to run away. Ends up doing about 65k. But yeah, so I'll do a little bit of video in, get a few different little video clips, maybe loading the trailer and tipping, stuff like that. But yeah, and then we'll probably make that do for this video. There's only so much I can show you about muck cart and that. So yeah. we've talked about going mowing at the end of the week, so that might be happening as long as the weather forecast is staying settled. So yeah, this will probably just be a muck cart video, and then the next one I put out, which will probably be Sunday evening, will hopefully be a mowing video. Come on, this is a really steep hill. I don't know if you can see how steep it is through the camera, but I'm down to 21k. Come on. I can't remember if I already mentioned it, but basically all 3 farms are owned by the same family, and then obviously Simon runs them all as one for the owners. That's not too bad. 18k up the steep hill. Also, I can't remember if I mentioned that we got the 8.3 with the 18 tonner on as well. There's the 8.3. He's empty. He's on his way back to fill up again. We're full up. Hence I got my foot on the brake going down the hill. So we finished that side, and now we've just started that side. But it's what's the day is it? Tuesday evening now, so that'll do for today. Okay, welcome back. It's Wednesday morning and I've just tipped my last load and now we've got a huge pile of turd in the bottom of this field. I've lost count of how many loads we've done this week. This is my third load today and it's just 11 o'clock. So Simon's just getting the last one, the last load. And, yeah, that's obviously what we brought up here in February. What would be really cool is if we had like a massive D10 bulldozer and I could just bulldoze it all into a massive heap. That'd be quite cool. And then we've got a fresh bit on this end as well, look. So this is going to get spread in the summer. When we cut these oats off with the combine, and then the contractors are going to come in and with their two spreaders and spread it all. Most of it will just go on that 130 hectare field. So yeah, basically because it's such light, chalky soil down here, we're just bringing the dung down here to build up the organic matter really and put some goodness back into the soil. So jobs for the next day or so, I've got to go and load a lorry load of straw at farm 2, which I'm actually at farm 2 now, but I'm right at the other end of farm 2. Yeah, I've got to go up there this afternoon with up to the yard with the 53170 and load that, and put the cultivator back in the gateway so that nobody can get in there, and then wash this trailer because that's the last of muck cart now for this spring. So yeah, wash the trailer and then tomorrow afternoon get the mowers on and get them washed off and get that ready to go, and then Friday morning we're going to start mowing. Right, I thought we'd do a quick little before and after. So you ready? Steady? Right, there you go, that's the trailer cleaned up. Now I've got to go and load a straw lorry. Right, so now I need to go and jump in the JCB 53170 and shoot up to farm 2 and load this straw lorry. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see, but I have got a cultivator on the front of the on the forks, hanging by a chain. So basically, I'm down where we've been tipping the muck, which you will see in about 5 seconds, and I'm just going to put this cultivator in the gapway what we've been coming through into the field, so nobody can drive in here, basically. So yeah, hopefully the time lapse of the loading the lorry come out okay. That's a load of wheat straw what I loaded, and that's going off down the West Country somewhere. I didn't ask exactly where it was going. But yeah, it's normally like a dairy farm or something like that. But yeah, so I might do in the future. I might re-upload that footage in real time and do a bit of a Q&A over the top of it or something. And that'll do about there. Lowering down. Yeah, do a bit of a Q&A over the top of it or something like that. There we go. Dig the cultivator in the ground a bit so nobody can move it. There we go. Right, I guess that's the end of this video. The next one will be mowing. I'm gonna put the mowers on tomorrow and get everything ready, and then start mowing Friday morning. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.